Yea, and all that will live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution. That's the warning. That's one of the things that you will endure as a follower of Jesus. You will suffer the same type of persecution that the Apostle Paul suffered. You will suffer the same type of treatment that the Apostle Paul suffered. Oh, it may come in different forms, but you will suffer them if you are doing exactly what you're supposed to do as a child of God. Now, what is our response to this suffering? What should our response be to the persecution? Well, the Bible tells us in Hebrews chapter 10, verse number 22, that we should hold fast the profession of our faith. You know what the New King James Version has for that translation? The New King James Version has for profession of faith, let us hold fast the confession of our hope. See, when you live the Christian life on a day-to-day basis, you are professing your faith. You are, in a sense, confessing the hope that you have for Him. People can look at you and say, that person wants to go to heaven. How do I know that? Because their life is speaking. Their life is saying it. And so when these persecutions come, when we have trials and tribulations in our life, when it seems like we are going through the valley of despair, we don't stop. We keep going. We keep going. Brother, let me tell you something. If you love Christ, and if you do what you're supposed to do, and if you study like you're supposed to study, and be faithful to services like you're supposed to be faithful to service, there's nothing that can separate you from Christ. The Apostle Paul said in Romans chapter 8, verse 35 through 37, who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress, persecution or famine, nakedness, peril or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we'll kill all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all of these things we are more than conquerors through Him that loved us. When you take Jesus with you, notice, not leave Him at home, but when you take Jesus with you on a day-to-day basis, then you are more than conquerors through Him in the midst of persecution. Not only that, Paul says to Timothy, endure hardships, endure hardness. Hardness, hardships. Endure as a good soldier. We know what a soldier stands for, though. Every soldier that I know, including the ones we have here today, serve their country because they love the cause. Because they want to defend what they love so much. And these men, as well as those who are currently fighting our military across this world, are still serving their country because they love what they're protecting, what they're fighting. Jesus said, endure hardship as a good soldier. What He's saying is, as a soldier, instead of going out on the battlefield fighting somebody with a gun, you fight the hardships of life. You fight the struggles of life. You fight the temptations of life. You fight the lustful thoughts. You fight the bad words. You fight the ungodly lifestyles. You fight the temptation of neglecting the services. You fight the temptation of neglecting Bible study at home. You fight the temptation of not treating your wife right. You fight the temptation of not treating your husband right. You fight the temptation of not respecting those in authority. Jesus says, as a soldier, I want you to endure these hardships. Because when you